Just double check our audio, see if it's all good. Hello, everybody. Welcome to BRL Season 14, Round 10 here at Abu Dhabi. We are now on the final race of Season 14, and our driver standings was wrapped up last time out, with Rose taking the win from 19th on the grid and subsequently the championship with it. Wolfie there, unfortunately for him, fell short by the end of the season. However, he is on 191 points, so he is completely clear in P2. He could have a no-point scoring race, and Blackburn in P3 on 130 points is not be able to catch him. However, people such as Bluebird may still have a chance to fight for that P3 spot, 112 points to 130 points for Blackbone. Blackbone's saying, let's throw Blackbone as well. So he's on the hype train for himself. If he just gets some amount of points this day, he will leave in the top three of Season 14 standing, so I think he'll be quite happy with that one. As well as that, we got Baz Fraser actually, in fact, still ahead of Alex, who has now changed his name once again. We will not be referring to him as that, but yeah, you know, we'll be continuing to call him Alex for now. But yeah, other people include our Henson Hazard. Both of these two are still fighting out P8 and P9. And we also, I believe, have Pablos back too. And he's behind the pair of them. So maybe if he gets a good result, he could maybe jump Hazard. He has the potential, I think, to jump our Henson, but it will not be very easy to do. However, enough of the driver standing talk. We're going to talk constructors right now. Haas continue to lead by 20 points to Sauber, and Ferrari are another 18 back. However, Ferrari and Sauber... as it's saying, let's go our Henson. So we got a lot of fans of the drivers in our chat today. But yeah, anyway, Haas lead on 238 points, Sauber 218, Ferrari on 200. But Haas have not got a second driver today, and they're the only team not to have a second driver. So maybe there is a chance of Constructors' Championship to be won. However, now we'll be looking at our first ups here for Alex. It's turn one. Fourth gear should be the preferred gear here, and it looks pretty nice so far, using all the track limits there into turn one and making certain he knocks that ball on over as well. He actually did in that time, but yeah, using as much of the curve as he can through that first sector. There's 17-3 first sector. That's not too bad here so far. Turn 5 looked pretty nice there. But yeah, I mean, there's already too much else to say about that one. He just managed to get it done pretty well. You should be probably keeping mostly to the right down this straight, and Alex has that one pretty well. Doesn't want to knock over the brake marker boards at all. He looks to be doing pretty decently, but I think that second gear bit caught him out just that little bit. Meanwhile, he's now going down this straight. Let's see how he's going to go here into sector 3. Looks to be pretty good here, 52-0 in that middle sector. Fourth up to fifth. He's washing it a little bit wide though. He has made the corner, but that is a little bit wide for him. Meanwhile, I think it was McLaren getting out of the way. I'm not sure who, but he looks to be pretty well rotated through these corners. Third gear continues to be third. Continuing to third. Fourth gear, a little bit wide. Definitely could be improved on another lap that he does. Using a bit of battery as well, going through that penultimate corner. Looks to be pretty decently turned in there. Third gear. Little hesitant on the throttle though, but he goes fast here with 22.9 there. We're seeing both McLarens in the background there, Kadom and Graham. Graham with 24.7. Thomas there actually. Someone who was a big shock last time out. 23.6. Blood Diamond there as well. And that one had a pretty good qualifying at 24.1. Meanwhile, who else is there to come across the line? Richard Capo comes across the line to go P4. Pablos comes across the line to go P2 as well. So both of them having a really nice bit in the Red Bull so far. Henson will come across the line shortly here. Let's see what he's got. He's only got P7 at the minute, and the slowest time of all so far. Who is going across the line next? I think it's Wolfie here. He's got basically no battery to his name anymore. Let's see. Is he going to be able to do it across the line? That is a massive I don't know. Okay, that is very reminiscent of real life there with Verstappen's save about a year or two ago now. That was really incredible to see off board, but we'll see. I sandbag on purpose. Don't worry, buddy. Oh my goodness me, that's Alex well off the track there. No, I can see it go a lot quicker than 25.4. Grimo here, the 25.3 as well. Other people setting laps. I think Geek gone P7 as well. Joey Saff up to P5. Other people come across the line. I think that's going to be Ben next across the line. Where does he go? He goes P11 ahead of these two. I think that's Rose come across to start his lap, so he's not going to be setting one just yet. Meanwhile, Kadom's car is well, at least it looked like it was all over the place there. Where does he go, though? He goes P10, right next to his teammate. Blackmo's starting his lap too. Rose also wants to get doing his lap. But meanwhile, I think Brimo here is going to be doing 2 laps in a row. His fuel light is not blinking, so that leads me to assume that he has got the fuel for another lap and he's fully recharged his battery, like you would be if you were going to do consecutive laps. So anyone else, I don't think is really going to be doing consecutive laps, where it's quite high here. I'm expecting 2 stops. But as I say, people weren't going to do 2 runs in a row. We have Alex now currently doing a second run in a row. However, I think for his standards, he can definitely go quicker than a 22.9. For some reference at least, G-Billy retires. Oh yeah, obviously, qualifying ban after the last race. I just completely forgot about that one. Thank God he actually did it. But yeah, I think Alex there definitely thinks he can go quicker than that one, and he's had a half spin. That's going to go into the wall. He looks real okay, though. Has got a bit of front wing damage, but he's not out the session. That's what he would have wanted. I don't think Thomas saw a lap here. Let's just have a look. No, I think he is. Never mind. Thomas here is still going. The McLaren is miles off the track there. Rose actually going across the line as well. Can I get to him in time? No, I can't. That's 22.2 for him. That is a very good lap set by Rose, but from the practice sessions that we have had before this race, I do know he'd go quicker than that one. I'm expecting pole, especially, to be around a 21.8 to a 21.6 for this race. So yeah, this will definitely be a big pace offset with this field. But yeah, Rose currently half a second clear of Wolfie in a minute. Alex should also be knowing here that he can go a lot quicker than what he's doing right now. And Thomas will come back into pit lane soon as he actually set a lap on his P6. Meanwhile, not talking about Yanni so far yet, but he is continuing on his lap so far. I think that's actually Silverstone livery that he's got on. I believe it is. Yes, it is. So let's see how he's going to go into the middle sector. 52.0. It says it's purple, so let's follow on with the V car. Didn't have a great race last time out. Actually, no, in fact, he had a good race last time out, but yeah, unfortunately, contact led to him dropping well down the field, and I think he ended up at about P10 or P11. I have to wait and see how he's going to do today. But right now, he looks to be on a pretty damn decent qualifying lap so far, using all the battery he can across these last few corners, making sure to validate on the exit. He looks to be all okay. Across the line he goes, and he goes P2. So not too bad of a lap for him either. Rosie should be going to the pit lane, and he does so. Who else currently out there for a lap? I think Thomas will be going to pit lane too. Bass Brains, another one who actually kind of needs to fight for his position here in the championship. Obviously, Alex up there at P4, and he's down there currently in P19. But he will definitely be going a lot quicker than that, I'm sure, as long as he has a lap set on the board. He just needs to outscore Alex by... Actually, not be outscored, by more than 4 points to Alex, and actually that makes it a bit easier. Both of the Red Bulls decide to disqualify themselves. At least they're a good location for that one, maybe other than Alex here, as he has to get out of the way of a Mercedes, a Baz, I believe it was, but I believe he has done. So both Red Bulls are out of this session. The purposely wanted to start from the back, probably just for a bit of fun. So maybe it makes Baz Braid's job a little easier for him, but we'll have to wait and see once we get along with our race. Meanwhile, though, he's going to come around and set the lap. Other Blackburn, he'll be the last person to set a valid lap time, and he goes P7. Nice lap, actually, there from Baz. We just saw a Red Bull just suddenly randomly in the middle of the track there. I'm not sure if that just flickered for me or not, but yeah, we'll see. Meanwhile, our Hedson, yeah, half a second up. As this comment about sandbagging actually will be true here. There's half a second in one sector is, well, I mean, immediately going to put him up a couple, few things. Phonology has this is sandbagging and too many trips to his local Chinese takeaway. His cholesterol is too high. Hello, Phonology, mind you. It's the first time I've seen you in the stream for quite a long while, and you decided to drop that. It's brilliant. Anyway, Henson coming through. Let's see how much is he up on the times here. 1 second up, so at the minute he will definitely be up there in around the midfield, which is, I think, is where around he should be aiming for in these races. Let's see here, going across sector 3. He just doesn't need to invalidate on any of these corners, and he should be definitely up there on the field. He does get a little bit of a twitch through that first left and a massive slide through the second part, so maybe he'll continue with this lap. I'm not too sure. He will. Definitely wants a bit of a better banker out there. Let's see if he's improved any further in that final sector. He still has by about a tenth. So our Henson can go actually even quicker than that. So maybe he's fretting around P7, P8 at the minute if he gets a lap nailed. Meanwhile, Jebby Sap, I think, is on a lap as well. We'll see how he goes in a second. Other people out there, Bluebird 800 is down. He's doing his lap 2. Blood Diamond on lap 2, whereas he attempted a bit up. Let's see where Jebby Sap is. He's going to come across the line. We'll just wait for that Alpine to go for it. Let's see. Across the line he goes. 10.5 up, but nothing else really there for him. Meanwhile, I think Grimo crossed the line there. He only goes to 12, so a bit unfortunate for him. Blackbone, meanwhile, finally sets a lap on the board here, and he goes P7. So really not actually that bad of a lap either from Blackbone. Someone else coming across the line in a second. I cannot tell who it is. It's Blood Diamond. There we go. 10 a bit up. Let's see where he goes with his lap. He wants to go ahead of Baz Brains, and he does not go ahead of Baz Brains. Head over across the line next. He goes ahead of Grimo. I think Rich Capo's starting a lap behind them. Yes, he is. Let's see. Bluebird, the side's coming to the pit lane. He was not going to improve on his lap. Rose's coming to start a lap as well, but we're not going to watch him for the moment. Hence as well, actually, on what I believe is an in lap, he is only a 10th down, and probably is going even quicker on this lap, mind you, because I think he's just... Yeah, he's spinning to pits, obviously. He's not got enough fuel to do a lap again. And, of course, invalidated lap. He will not go any quicker, even if he finished it. But, yeah, let's see now. Any other people going out there in a minute? Yanni going to start his lap in a minute. Rose 700 start. Like I said, I am expecting a 21.8 minimum for pole. And I think Rose will be one of the ones to do it. There you go. He's using the absolute least line of resistance in the best way of putting it. Looks real okay here. Keeps in third gear, actually, interestingly, for a lot of these corners. So I find it a little interesting. I'd expected him to go shit down second, least mid corner, but he decides not to. Maybe it's time to be able to tell for Williams there as well. He should be a lot more up on this lap. No, actually, in fact, he is down a little bit here. 9 thousandths, but he should be at least doing somewhat good here. Wolfie starting his lap as well while we try and cut some people at the minute. Mucha Capo trying his best to hold his lap together. That was a big slide, but I think he's going to keep going. Kano, I think, as well, actually. I was going to say he was on a lap, but no, he follows into the pit lane. Or does he? He does follow into the pit lane. Yes, he does. Meanwhile, though, Rose, did he improve in that first sector? No, he does not, because he comes back into the pit lane. Blood Diamond as well, which come back into the pit lane. And Ben, I think he's now the only person other than Yanni, who is also 9 thousandths down, particularly enough here. Actually, Rose and Yanni both 9 thousandths down on their laps after their sectors. Meanwhile, we have Wolfie. Is he going backwards? Yeah, he's going to disqualify himself. He wants some fun in this race as well, so he's going to do just that. I hope a lot of fast people do decide to disqualify themselves. Maybe Yanni hopefully could take that message. So I'm not too sure if he's decided to as of yet, because he's really pushing on. He does not grab pole, but maybe Rose also might just be seeing Wolfie, Alex, Pablos all disqualify himself, and he might decide to think, yeah, I probably should be doing that too. Just having a bit of fun. He's wrapped up the championship as well. But, yeah, let's just wait and see on that one. There's Yanni. I'm not sure if he will qualify himself, but, yeah, I think a load of the people up top here so far might not, in all honesty. I mean, I think Yanni won't. Rose might, and I think he will, considering how Vegas went. But I'm not too sure about Yanni over here. I think he really wants the pole position, especially how last race went, and how he decided not to go disqualify himself there. He just wanted that lap, and he wanted to take the win. Unfortunately for him, it didn't happen with a very untimely safety car and some contact, but yeah, I think he's out for a bit of revenge today. I hate to say, I've never had a Chinese in my life. Oh god, F1ology, mate. We need more of your comments. This is brilliant. He's still watching this anyway. They're absolutely brilliant. They're too woke. Oh, it says. I don't mind the Chinese. Could be a lot worse. You know, I mean, because I just normally go for things on Chinese meal which aren't really from Chinese. What's my favourite takeaway? You know what? I mean, like, I'm not really a big fan of takeaways in all fairness, but like literally, if I just, I don't know, I think like my local Chinese shop has got like, they do like chicken balls and they are really nice. But I'll give it that much. It's like, I don't know, like it's just really nice, honestly. I can't normally deal with like many of the sauces there and all that sort of stuff, but yeah, those like that local Chinese shop with chicken balls, beautiful. I'll give it that much. I'm glad 7 people are listening to me talk about my favourite takeaway menu instead of this, but yeah, in all fairness, not too much else going on at the minute. There's a couple of people setting laps, but I think maybe this is a more interesting thing to talk about here. My favourite takeaway menu, but yeah, I just don't really do takeaways. I think that's just the main thing. My family in general actually doesn't really do takeaways. We haven't had one in a long while. We'll at least put it that way. But yeah, and even when we do have one, it's sort of like a few and far between thing. Maybe like once every couple months at least. But yeah, chicken balls that my local Chinese shop does, it is really nice. So I go with them, and also because I'm quite basic. I can't really be asked trying to like do some really like different things. Home cooking is better than phonology. I mean, sometimes. I don't know why I can't see them fully, Hassan, but it says, will you get a takeaway if R. Henson? I'm not too sure what that's meant to say afterwards. If you just put like anything after that, just like put what you want to put after that, please. Because like I only saw was will you get a takeaway if R. Henson? But speaking of R. Henson, he's having a bit of a weave with I think that's Yanni. Yeah, it is. Both of them having a bit of a weaving out there on track. If he wins, yeah, I'll get a takeaway. Why not? You know, I'll do a bit of celebrating for him. Meanwhile, Baz Reigns came across there for P7. Look at these two still weaving. But yeah, I'll get a takeaway. Why not? Anyway, yeah, Kadon bails out of his lap. Mucha Capo's still 10th up at the minute. Oh, but actually, yeah, meanwhile, it's only a minute. I'm only surprised. It's only a minute to go this qualify session. These are all the last laps that are going on at the minute, and I'm talking about takeaways. What's going on? Anyway, Mucha Capo across the line. Where's he going to go? He goes to Mark Henson. If he wins, give Ocon a 10-second time penalty. Right, okay. Anyway, Rose, I think it was 500 up or 900, so one to two. I think Thomas is just gone. This is BRL Heritage, yes. Remember when, I think it was, I don't know what season it was now, but I remember when I was at commentary and I just talked about the driver helmets and how nice they looked. But at the moment, a load of them will also just be sort of the like actual real life helmets now. So, like for example, I think it's actually got like a Ferrari helmet on. I don't know who it is. I think it's Charles. It's not yellow, but right, I'm getting way too sidetracked here. I think Grimo's going to be the first one to go across the line and set his lap. Yeah, because Baz Reigns will not be able to set a lap in time. Rose's still 500 up in a minute. I don't think he'll disqualify himself because I think he's in a fight for pole with Yanni in a minute. Yanni won't disqualify himself at all. Rose will come across the line in a minute. Is Ferrari come across the line? Is that Bluebird? No, it's Grimo. Where does he go? He goes P7. Nice lap from him. There's no, Rose will disqualify himself. So yeah, there we go. We're going to at least have a bit more fun here. We'll park up. And I think Yanni might decide just to take the pole position here. I don't think he'll do anything else other than that. Bluebird will be his only challenger. He's Bluebird up. He's a couple tenths up, but I don't think that's really enough for him. Rose says he's on his out lap. I'm not sure what's going on there. Meanwhile, other people come across the line. Blood Diamond goes P5. Thomas goes P4. Not ahead of Bluebird, though. Rose then is disqualified. Yanni, will he do it for himself? No, he just wants that pole position. I can tell it. Let's see across the line now. Will he go and improve? He does into the 21s. And yeah, I think Bluebird here, I don't think he's going to have much of an answer to that one. Henson did come across the line for only P12, but he's had a massive slide as well. He does improve, but can't really do much else about that one. I think it's Yanni with a clear pole position here. And yeah, I'm too busy talking about everybody else here, and too busy talking about takeaways and all that sort of stuff. Right, Yanni took pole by about 8.5 tenths, completely expected. I honestly would have thought he'd disqualify himself then, but he hasn't. Bluebird P2, there's actually still laps going on there. I think Graham just set his last lap. I'm too distracted by takeaways now. Hold on. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's just go through this. Right. Yanni on pole by 8.5 tenths. I feel like he should have disqualified himself, but oh well. Probably just makes it a little bit easier for him to win this race. Bluebird P2, Thomas P3, lovely from him as well. Jeremy Sapp P4, obviously our first podium of the season. Blood Diamond at P5, Blackburn P6, Grimo P7, Baz Race P8, Dekit P9, Ben rounds out our top 10, Mucha Kappa P11, Kano P12, our heads is actually the McLaren sandwich here, P13, S Graham P14. G Benny, without a lap, still qualifies 15th, and then Rose, Wolfie, Alex, and Pablos have all decided we're going to start from the back. Yeah, Yanni. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm just too busy talking about bloody takeaways. I don't know why as well. Okay, right. I've got to be a little bit more serious now. It's just talking about takeaways. However, if someone does bring it up in a period when a race is a little bit boring, I will be talking about takeaways or whatever gets talked about again. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, anyway, though, I honestly think, looking at qualifying, if it wasn't Yanni, who was on pole, he decided to qualify himself, Bluebird was a few tenths clear of most of the people on that lap. So we're likely going to see him in the top 5 in this race, and that'll be very nice, in fact, for the for the Ferrari team. As Red Bull unofficial team principal BRL, I'm disappointed at that qualifying result. F1 mate, those two are pretty fast drivers. They'll make it back up to you in the race, I'm pretty sure, unless they're involved in these sort of incidents. But yeah, we'll see. Bro is clip farming his commentator possessed by what? What? I don't even see all of that. It's just Bro is clip farming his commentator possessed by. That's all I see. Right, anyway, we're going to start the race here. Yanni is going to be leading for pole. Bluebird's alongside. Thomas Wolf's trying to sniff at that top 2. It's very long lights, but we are underway. Yanni looks to have got a pretty good start there. Bluebird probably won't risk on the inside. He definitely is not on a good start either. A lone blue struggle he made in the back there. It looks like DK had an absolute send, and I think he's made it work, but there is a bit of pushing up track there as Kano managed to get through. Jeremy Sapp as well, ahead of Thomas in the opening phases. Yanni trying to break that initial little gap here between himself and Bluebird, however. Bluebird is trying his best to go a little bit faster. G Benny, meanwhile, has dropped to the back of the grid. Blackbird as well, trying to go on the inside of Thomas. I think he's made it work. And yeah, Yanni should be completely clear now. There's Kaden as well trying to defend from D-Kit. But I think D-Kit here will be going for an absolute send as well, as Rose already up to P11. Blackbird and Jeremy Saff flying up ahead. Blackbird on the inside. Jeremy Saff looking a little bit close contact there, but I think everyone looks to be all okay so far. Unless we get any sort of yellow flags. It's a little bit contact between Kaden and D-Kit, but they're all okay as well. They've not got a great run, though, down these back stretches here. Baz Brace, Mucha Capo, and Rose. All these guys are going to go side by side. Let's have a look now. Rose on the inside of Mucha Capo. It's absolute chaos at the minute. There's bits of contact here between the Haas and the Mercedes, but Rose gets through. He's already up to 10th place. And then you see Alex in the back there. There's a Ferrari, I think, half-span round. I think it's Grimo. But, yeah, there you go. Alex trying to go around the outside of Mucha Capo while we're seeing all of this going on. Wolfie is also fighting with Ben at the minute. Down the back of the field, is there any contact between these guys? No. There might be a little bit of contact though between Pablos and Mucho Capo. There actually is at the minute. I don't think there's any damage to those cars, but yeah, meanwhile, Yanni leads the race by about 8 or 9 tenths to Bluebird here. This should be a very easy DRS getting broken here from Yanni. Bluebird can't really do too much about it, I don't think. However, I think actually Bluebird just kept himself in that DRS range. It'll really help him down this straight. Meanwhile, Rose and Alex, both of these two making really nice moves at the minute. Will there be any more moves down into turn 4? Nothing yet. Or turn 5, sorry. Anyway, right. Most people are on mediums. Other than our heads decide he's for the hard tyres. And he's actually had a good start here. He's down to P16. But I'm pretty sure he believes in the strategy that he has at the minute, and we'll see how it goes. Meanwhile, Rose is already up as P8. There is trying to be a bit of a late move there from D-Kit. But he's got the track. He's going to be careful rejoining, and that is him round as well. I think he definitely should have cut the corner instead of trying that one. But yeah, meanwhile, up ahead, we're seeing even more fighting here between Kadon And now Rose going to maybe think about moving around the outside. Kadon goes very much on the inside there. Let's see now. Rose around the outside. Kadon has a little bit of contact with him. But I think Kadon's car is really just sort of spazzing out at the minute. I'm not too sure why. His inset has not been looking the greatest in these last races. And there's contact as well further back here. There's Mucho Cap around. And I think Wolfie also having issues. And he's just rejoined there ahead of our Henson. But he definitely has some rear locking there going on. I think... Mucho Capo did too. Meanwhile, G. Benny also falling down further back in this field. Anyway, meanwhile, out in front, Bluebird and Jeremy Saff will be the next two. I think they're going to be fighting over there. I take it everyone on the same... I assume the same cars, I meant to say, there. F1logy. Meanwhile, Kadom is absolutely lagging here. I don't know what is happening. He's let by the pair of Rose and Alex, and this is... Yeah, I don't know what goes on with Kadom's inset sometimes, but this is really bad. Meanwhile, though, Pablos is going to make the move on him. I think Bazway's already trying to make that too, but no, actually, Kadom trying to fight it back here. And then you've also got Alex here. Interesting enough, actually, Rose didn't get DRS down that straight as Pablos gets ahead of Kadom. Other people here maybe trying to fight for a minute. Blackbone potentially trying to go for a move on Jeremy Saff. I don't think it's going to work, though, here. Jeremy Saff does have that DRS there, and he is going to be all okay. Meanwhile, Grimo down the back of the field. I think he's having issues as well, as Thomas very close to the back of Blackbone. Rose and Blood Diamond are both going in this Alex round, at least half round, but he's just managed to save it. And he's now going to rejoin right next to Ben, and he has been able to keep going in this race. But yeah, I did not see everyone just comment there. Whatever it was, I was completely unaware of what it was as I was looking at these guys fighting in a minute. Yanni, though, interestingly enough, is not breaking away as much as I thought, considering like how big his qualifying advantage was. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised he's not breaking away as much. Unless there's maybe some, oh my goodness me, look at the absolute chaos here. I think Kadom's got wing damage, though. I can see it on one of his end plates. He's half forced Alex off there. There's even more contact actually between him and Ben. Ben's very careful there, Wolfie on the inside as well. Yeah, I think Kadom's inset is making everyone really second guess where things are in a minute. I had some maybe going down the inside, in fact, there, Ben, and he does so. Going to be very careful here with F1logy. Alex gets a 10-second penalty for gaining a place. I'm not too sure how that one happened, but Rose has moved up now into P6, and he's been hunting down P5 to P2, realistically. Here, it's actually, speaking of P5 to P2, there's now going to be a change, I believe, here for that P5 spot. Thomas trying to defend from Blackbone. He does defend from Blackbone successfully, and Jerry's up as well. He's still sticking out DRS to Bluebird, and Bluebird, unfortunately for him, is losing time to Yanni, but I don't think he cares too much right now. Blood Diamond, meanwhile, actually, didn't get cleared by Pablos on that lap, as Ben gets past Kadom. Kadom's got damage once again in this season. It's really unfortunate because it looks like he's doing all right, but yeah, some of the things that he gets involved in here, unfortunately, just due to lag. So, yeah, bit of a shame. Meanwhile, 10 people watching. My goodness me, this is the first time we've had this many people watching in a long while. But yeah, as I say this though, Bluebird not had a very good third sector here. He's lost quite a lot of time to Yanni, and in fact, Jerry Saff now right at the back of him. We did see Jerry Saff go a little bit wide there at the first turn, but Bluebird himself actually got a little bit wide too. So maybe the tyre wear already started to affect him. Bluebird with a bit of a slide as well. That puts Jerry Saff right on the back of him here. He's going to try and, I think, use all the battery he can. But yeah, I think Jeremy Saffin with a DRS might be trying to sit back, wait for the next straight. I don't think he's going to try that one though. Let's have a look. He's going to use that battery. So maybe also defend here from Thomas. Let's see. They're all looking okay so far. Alex also passed past Brains. Wolfie passed past Brains too. Let's see. Now, down this straight. Has Bluebird got the battery? He's got the battery. Has he got the straight line speed though overall? Jerry Saff still trying to look maybe 4 away by with that DRS. He's not got a chance to just yet though. Meanwhile, look even further down the back of the field. Will Wolfie try and clear Alex down this straight? No, he's not got enough straight line speed or straight in general to go and do that one, as I think Graham and Grimmer were fighting there as well. Meanwhile, oh no, Blood Diamond has he had a spin? I think he has. He's had a half spin, same as what we saw with Alex a bit earlier in this race. He looks to be okay though. His front wing looks to be intact. Yeah, a load of half spins happening in a minute. It's simply hard to put the power down when you're on these older tyres. And meanwhile, Bluebird really holding up a bit of a train now onto lap 6. I'm not sure he's really trying to hold out for one-stop strategy, because I think a one-stop is possible, but it is quite difficult. So we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, though, meanwhile, Bluebird, he's going to be okay into this corner. He looks like he's still sliding a tiny bit here, but I think he's got a good enough gap to Jerry Sapahai. He's not got the best exit, but yeah. Once again, I think he's going to be all okay here. Rose as well, just waiting in the wings, trying to get DRS off these guys. Meanwhile, look at that. Thomas on the inside of Jerry Sap. He's going to make the move. Done. He has done indeed. Lovely stuff there from Thomas. A bit of a side on exit, but he will get DRS again off Bluebird's car. Let's see now. Can he go for the 2 moves in one go? There's even more fighting going on down the back of the field. I was seeing more position changes, but no, he's all okay for now, Bluebird. Thomas will stay in that P3 spot. I'm assuming, though, that we'll have Rose on the back of these guys by the end of this lap. As meanwhile, Wolfie and Alex, look at these two fighting in a minute. Alex trying to push him a little bit to the outside here. Wolfie wanting a bit of space at the minute, but look at them go very close to each other. Wolfie on the inside, he looks like to be able to just make this move. Alex is slightly forced out, but Alex now trying to go back on the inside. There's contact again, it's slight contact, but Wolfie does just get through there up into that P8 spot. Meanwhile, Baz Brains are heads above these two. Probably sort of just watching back here. And there you go. There's the first stop we're going to see in this race. Baz Brains on only end of lap 6. As meanwhile, I think that actually might have been Ben there with a half spin. And yeah, he's in the pit lane. Baz Brains should be probably going to a set of mediums or hards here. He does. Nobody should be using a softs here unless it's a late race safety car. And hopefully no one actually jinxes me on saying that. There you go. Blood on hards. Ben on hards as well. Kano on hards as well, so everybody at least has a jingle, I was going to say. Meanwhile, Rose, with the straight line speed he has on that car, he's going to clear his first target of Blackbone, and he'd done it very, very quickly there. He's up into P5 after starting what was near last. And actually, meanwhile, G. Benny's, he had a spin? He has. Unfortunately for him there, with a qualifying ban serving in this race, and now it's going even worse for him. It's going even better, though, however, for Rose. He's up into P4 already. He's already going to be challenging that podium spot, probably by lap 8. And there's even more issues going on at the minute as Alex and Wolfie continue to go side by side. Alex on the outside goes a little too wide, though. Wolfie really cuts across there, does not want him to go by, and he has not gone by, in fact, Alex, just yet. So, yeah, I think they have to wait for a little bit, though, but Wolfie has a big drift on the exit there. Surely some of these guys now will think about pitting. No, Bluebird stays out. All these guys, in fact, stay out as Blackbird goes wide. Yeah, maybe a one-stop strategy is what some of these guys are thinking. I don't know. But I should be expecting people just to be doing medium hard, or maybe just that one-stop strategy medium hard. I don't know. Either one. I feel it should be getting done here, but no, not at the minute. Meanwhile, though, Graham into the pit lane on lap 8. Bats Brains, obviously, he just pit, and he'll be going ahead of the McLaren. I think he actually got a technical penalty in all of that. Meanwhile, Jerry Saff here has just managed to get DRS. And there you go, Rose now trying to clear Thomas. He's going to try and do it here on the inside. He has just managed to. Everyone's saying is what this race should be. I think it will be for most people, but we'll have to wait and see. And I think now Rose will be clearing Bluebird as well. Bluebird probably try as he might, just not be able to defend the Haas. He is up into P2 now. While he's got about 6.5 second gap to Yanni, he has been cutting through this grid like a hot knife through butter. And now he's got clear air to try and see what his pace looks like. He's got 21 laps to go chase down the race leader here, Yanni. We'll wait and see how that goes. Meanwhile, Alex and Wolfie, both these two are side by side again. I'll be waiting for the time when these two properly crash. It's very close to the S section again. Alex still there on the inside, Wolfie on the outside. They're both going to continue running side by side, but no, Alex just decides to back out at the end of it. Blackbird into the pit lane, no. I think he's trying an undercut here on these guys, so maybe he's going for that two-stop strategy as Alex into the pits as well on his tyres. So maybe two-stop strategies being thrown around here, maybe one-stop strategies being thrown around, but it's a really long stint on them hards. Alex, unfortunately for him, has to wait an agonising 10 seconds before he's served in the pit lane. But yeah, Blackbone out on a set of mediums. He will have to pit again in this race for a different set of tyres. So there will be a two-stop strategy for the Aston Martin. Meanwhile, Bluebird is just trying his best now to hold on to that P3 spot. I'm pretty sure he knows by this point Rose, once again, is insurmountable in this race. It's unlike what it was in Vegas in those last laps. It's now just sort of having to keep in his own lane and just see how he's going to do against Thomas here, who actually was P2 in the previous race. After a penalty post-race, Bluebird was P3. So these two are going to be probably very close to each other on by the end of this race once again. We'll have to see who finishes ahead, though, by the end of things. Meanwhile, Yanni still with a 7-second lead now. So, in fact, he's grown that gap a tiny bit to Rose. Would he come into the pit lane? No, not yet. In all fairness, he's been out there with clean air the whole time. So, there shouldn't be too many worries about his tyre wear for now. He'll be probably going for that one-stop strategy. I think Rose will be as well. He does not want to get caught up more in this traffic. Meanwhile, Bluebird is the pit lane on lap 10. Thomas, though, stays out, as with Jerry Sapp. Pabloso into the pit lane as well. Let's see what Bluebird puts on. He puts on a set of hard tyres, so this could be a one-stop strategy depending on how long the hard tyres last for him. At the same time, though, it could be a two-stop. He could be doing medium hard, in fact. That could be a strategy as well, but to wait and see. Deacon, though, will clear, I think, Bluebird into the first turn, as will Blackbone by the looks of things. So Blackbone is on a definite two-stop. We don't know exactly what Bluebird's on just yet, but there you go. You can see the undercar in motion. Blackbone, even with passing a car, yeah, look at that. It's very close still between the pair. D-Kit, though, still running his own race a minute, has not pit. Blackburn, the highest people who have pit, though, so far in this race. And he's a clear D-Kit pretty easily here. D-Kit, in fact, will probably just let by Bluebird all the same as well. As while he will get DRS there, he's got pretty much nothing on these guys with his older tyres. He's sliding about everywhere. Bluebird will get the X I think he wants. And there you go. He'll be probably driving past now. Bluebird will be seeing him in shot right this second. And there we go. He's well past that Sauber car before we even get towards turn 9. He is up into P8 again. Meanwhile, Yanni, he continues on. So I think this will be a one-stop race for Yanni. Probably a one-stop for Rose too. Will it be a one-stop for Thomas? Potentially. He's in on the next lap. Maybe trying to make sure he doesn't lose too much time here to Bluebird or Blackbone. We'll have to wait and see. Jerry Sapp also follows him in. Wolfie will not, so this might be a one-stop strategy for him too. I'm just waiting to see what these guys put on as their tyres. If it's mediums, then we know it's a two-stop. If it's hards, we might think it's a one-stop. And I think these two are going to go in the direction of a one-stop strategy. Both of these two are going to be coming out behind Blackburn and Bluebird. But we'll just have to wait and see. Blackburn, we know for definite, is on a 2. So have to wait and see how that one goes. Meanwhile, Pablos here actually is going to clear Jeremy Saff and was very up close, in fact, to Thomas. Meanwhile, as I was saying all this stuff, D-Kit was in the pit lane and he did get a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. I think he's also on another set of mediums. He is. So this will be... he's actually sat neutral there for some reason. But yeah, this will be a pretty painful race for D-Kit, unfortunately. He will be definitely wanting to get off them tyres and sub the penalty, but he cannot do it without it being too bad for him. G. Benny, though, meanwhile, riding down the back of the field, he's in the pit lane. I did see a yellow flag out there momentarily. This might be a retirement, I'm not too sure yet, but yeah, bit unfortunate for him. Meanwhile, though, Jerry Sapping's on penalty for track limits. That is pretty big. He's the first on top contenders, realistically, to have a track limit penalty. As, yeah, Yanni into the pit lane, Rose into the pit lane. Wolfie probably will follow them if this is the case. Hamilton also gets penalty now as well, as he's right on the back of Thomas, in fact. Thomas really not able to warm up them hard tyres as of yet. These guys should be on a hard tyre to the end now, I'm certain. Yeah, Yanni in, Rose in, Wolfie in, all these guys should be going now to the end of this race. Henson is going to try his best to see how he goes in this race on those hard tyres. In fact, he might come out of P2 here, so for the time being, it is a V-Carb 1-2, it's just one has not pit. As of yet, off these hard tyres, and the other one has just gone to a fresh set there, so we'll have to wait and see how that one goes. Meanwhile, though, Henson, on his level of old hard tyres, has been caught now by Blackbone and Bluebird, and Rose, in fact, is not too far behind these guys either, so yeah, I'm expecting him to be clearing these guys just like he did earlier in the race pretty soon. Let's see, though, here, Blackbone will be using our battery. Henson not really trying to get involved, and there you go, he's on none. Lets Blackbone by. He'll probably let Bluebird by either into this corner or into the next. Bluebird thinks about move on the inside, but he's not be able to do that one. He's a little bit too far back. He'll be able to get the drag, though, through here, and he should be pretty clear of that V-Carb now, and he is clear of that V-Carb. Rose will be the one next to try and clear that pink car. As meanwhile, Pablos and Thomas, look at these two go very, very close. Pablos just hasn't got straight line speed or the battery. He's going to go try sailing around the outside, and there's contact there with Thomas. Maybe just a little bit too aggressive there on the inside line there for Pablos. So yeah, definitely maybe a report coming in for Thomas there. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, just a little bit on the limit, I believe. And Rose then now is past our Henson. But unfortunately for Rose, he's not really made inroads on this lap that he would have liked. However, though, he'll be probably making inroads here immediately afterwards, as Blackburn looks to be struggling already on them second set on medium tyres. But actually, Rose, in fact, will be in DRS, I think, by the time we get to the detection point. Let's wait and see. Tons of battery, and I think he will be only just... No, he's not. In fact, he is not. So this is actually really helping Yanni, especially in this race. Meanwhile, Ben... Oh, he's an accident down the final corner. I believe he's probably just lost it on exit, through that set of corners. But no, meanwhile, Bluebird maybe thinks about a move down the inside here. Blackburn looks to be okay so far on their medium tyres. But yeah, I think now will be a big issue. Down here, Bluebird's got such a better drive out of that corner. He's got a little bit less ERS to play with here, Bluebird, but he's going to sail through. He's now up into P2. But once again, Rose waiting there directly in the wings. And we got DK and Kadom here, both fighting too, as I say all this. Oh, actually, hold on a minute. Rose also gets past Blackburn. Blackburn's had an awful corner. And Rose just probably got to drive through it and has managed to pass him. But yeah, meanwhile, while I'm saying all this sort of stuff, I will just do a small update on what is happening next season. In fact, or at least mainly, our championship protagonists here for this season, Rose and Wolfie, the pair of them, are now reserving for next season. So we will be probably seeing a fight, for example, between Bluebird and Blackbone. At the minute, these have been very close to pace throughout most of this season. Bluebird has dropped a race or two in terms of just not being here for attendance, which makes sense. You know, sometimes real life's get in the way of what you do in league racing. But yeah, Bluebird, I think in a minute, will be probably licking his lips for a first title. Same with Blackbone. As long as there's not going to be enough reserving from some of these guys, Pablos maybe as well. He's been doing very good in this race so far as Rose gets by on Bluebird there. That was a pretty slam dunk move, I think. And Thomas says also got by our Henson. Meanwhile, also Jerry Sam would be trying to get past our Henson, but he's just not going to actually do so at the minute. He seems slow. Probably he's maybe try and get past him. Jerry Sam, our Henson trying his best just to at least do his own race. But obviously, when he's in the middle of everything here, as Ben retires from the session there, Jerry South going to get past him here, surely on the inside. But he's actually got the batteries to do so. He said he sticks back for another lap here, which is pretty interesting. But look at the drive he's got outside. And there is a bit of concept between the pair of them there. That is really unfortunate. He does get a move done, but not in the way that he probably would have liked there. Hence, unfortunately, too, will drop even more time in this race, which he didn't really want to do on them older hard tyres. Wolfie now right at the back of him. He'll be trying his best to clear that V-Cup there. And actually, he's going to try to do it running outside. No. Definitely 4-man round. Not the corner. He's going to figure out the final corner, though. Wolfie on the inside makes the move stick. It's a nice move from him. Meanwhile, I think now Bluebird... No, he's actually still in DRS. In fact, he's broken the gap to Blackbird by quite a bit here. So maybe the hard tyre is just going to be miles better in this race than the mediums. So, once again, I don't know if Bluebird's going to be on a two-stop strategy here, but at the very minimum, we do know that he is definitely quicker than the medium tyres by now, especially in this stage of Blackbone. I'd assume he'll be on a set of hard tyres in a lap or two's time here, because, once again, he has to pit, and two, yeah, he's losing so much time right now. Meanwhile, that was a lovely view there we saw of Thomas's front wing, but he got very close to the back of Pablos there. He did not make the move, but someone who did make the move there was Wolfie on Jeremy South. I hence as well, still waiting to pit at the minute, as Graham into pit lane for his probably final stop on this race onto a set of hard tyres. With all of this sort of things happening, though, yeah, quite a lot of pits are going on here. Honestly, I did not expect actually Abu Dhabi to be this insane on racing, in fairness. Meanwhile, though, Rose, when we last actually checked on the gap in front, Yanni and Rose, they're getting a bit closer together here. There's meanwhile, G. Benny, I think, he's had an accident in that first sector. Well, that's not going to help if you reverse to the wall. I'd say that much, G. Benny. You'll be careful about blocking the pit lane too. You might also get disqualified at this rate if he's not careful. But he is going to be still clear in a minute. He should be all right to rejoin this race. But obviously, I think he's got front wing damage, and I think he's definitely got some sort of rear wing damage as well. It's just been a nightmare for G. Benny these last races. We'll have to see how he goes into next season. But yeah, once again, absolute nightmare for him, unfortunately, this season. He's had a few highs, but yeah, very low lows. We'll put it that way. Meanwhile, Pablo's trying to defend here from Thomas. Thomas trying to maybe think about moving around the outside. Hasn't got anything to do with it yet, as Alex said, clears our Henson. I believe he's on a 2-stop there as well, actually, Alex, so he's got a lot of time to make up. Meanwhile, Pablo's here using a lot of battery, trying his best to defend from Thomas. He doesn't want him to get on that inside line. He doesn't get on the inside line, in fact. And Thomas will be okay. Oh, meanwhile, Graham retires the session. Is that a full course safety car? No, it's not. It's a virtual. This could shake up a little bit of the strategy out in front here. Will Yanni decide to pit? No. So maybe Rosa can maybe think about a set of medium tyres. Bluebird can maybe think about pitting. I think Bluebird should pit. I think Blackbird should pit. I think Pablos could pit. But yeah, I think mainly these guys here should pit, and I think they're all going to do it. Yeah, there they are. Rosie obviously just going to at least try a gamble. Probably maybe go for another set of hard tyres, or maybe try and stretch a set of mediums to the end of this race. I assume he's got another set of hards waiting in the wings. Let's have a look. He does. Bluebird, when he have another set of hards waiting in the wings, he does. Blackbone, it will be a set of hards for him too. And yeah, everyone actually over here has gone for a pit lane dash. Other than Jerry South, he will stay out for now. Alex also got a penalty in that there when trying to come into pit lane. Same with G. Benny, so there will be probably a penalty removal bit for them. But yeah, now this is a bit telling. So Bluebird has come out in P3 ahead of Jerry South and is now on fresh tyres. So I think he is... oh, no, never mind, actually. What happened there? Oh, no, full course safety car's out. What the hell? I didn't even show me. Okay, never mind, actually. The full course safety car's out. This is why people are boxed. Yanni hasn't. So he has got a chance to still box anyway. And that's why actually everybody was boxing. I thought it was only a virtual when it initially came out. But no, it's such a full safety car. What do we do with BRL when we have a full safety car? We panic. We've got no idea what's going on. But, yeah. Yanni should be pitting here. I don't think there's a reason why he shouldn't be, unless he has not chosen the harder tyre allocation. That is the only reason why I think Yanni is not pitting in a minute, because he might not have another set of hard tyres to take to the end, and he probably doesn't believe that the medium tyres can take it to the end. So at least trying to leave it as long as he possibly can. If he's going to pit now, it'll be for a set of medium tyres, unless once again he hasn't chosen the harder tyre allocation. Let's have a look. He's come to the pit lane. He's got not speed. He should be all okay, and he is all okay into the pit lane here. Meanwhile, I think Jeremy South, I think he should think about boxing it. Everybody else behind him, other than Kadom, is on fresh tyres. So, yeah, we'll have to wait to see on that one. But yeah, there you go. Yanni has got a fresh set of hard tyres, so he probably just wanted an extra lap while he was out in front. Meanwhile, Jeremy South always missed the pit lane. Jeremy South has missed the pit lane. Oh no. Oh no, he's completely outbroke himself, and that is going to really cost him here. Blackburn has to let him back by, I think. Actually, no, never mind. I don't think he has to anymore. Maybe the game was probably trying to say, yeah, let him by, but then obviously stopping at the pit lane. Wow. Okay, so, yeah, well, Jerry South, unfortunately for him, probably wants to go pit that lap especially, it looked like, but now he has to go do another lap. We'll see how he goes. But, oh, very unfortunate for Jerry South. It's just that is a big mistake on his behalf. Meanwhile, though, the two out in front, Yanni and Rose, this is now going to be a fight, I think, between them to the end of this race. If these two make contact, which, with all due respect, guys, would be very funny. I know it's probably not what anybody wants out there, at least for these guys, but it will be very funny to see Yanni and Rose have a bit of contact, and we'll start seeing maybe a glimpse of what happens next season. Bluebird, Blackbone, Jebby Saff even. Pablos as well, actually, he also signed up. He actually come from the back of the grid, mind you, and he's up in P6 at the minute. So all these guys can also be doing really good in this race. And and all of them could be doing good for next season. We'll have to wait and see. Alex as well, he's also signed up, and he's not had a great Abu Dhabi so far, so yeah, it all depends, really, what happens. Speaking of other people, though, in a minute, Thomas onto a set of hard tyres. I had to at least, I think, had his gamble somewhat work on the hard tyres. Yeah, it has. So he has onto a set of mediums, which is at least good for him. It's the optimal lap, and he has actually managed to jump for people with that one. Bad sprains, the main one, because he decides to pit. And there you go, look, Jeremy South there into the pit lane now. It's just unfortunate. I mean, now most of the field have been caught up again. Caden was well decided to come and pit now. We'll only lose a position or two after all of that. So it's not at least too bad for him. But yeah, it's bad for Jeremy South. He goes to a set of medium tyres at the end of this race. But yeah, it's pretty much ruined his strategy. Meanwhile, though, I think, once again, yeah, other than those sort of mistakes, Jeremy Sapp should be pretty firmly in the title fight next season, I believe. He's just had some just very avoidable mistakes. And if he can clean that up, I have no doubt he'll be up there with Blackbird and Bluebird in the races that will follow. But remember, these guys are only reserves, but they obviously could still race in some of these races. It's quite clear. So, yeah, meanwhile, everybody else here is trying to weave and actually get some temperature into their tyres. But yeah, obviously these guys can still challenge for the championship as reserves. It's just, yeah, it'll be quite a lot different compared to challenging it with one team here. So, yeah. Meanwhile, Yanni as well, he's going to be reserved for next season. Still is, in fact. But, yeah, he'll be reserved for next season. In fact, now I think about it, remember what I was saying a little bit earlier about ranking the drivers' helmets? I actually did it at this... I did it... I can't speak. I did it at this exact track back on F122, I believe. So if Mucha Kappa doesn't catch up, I think we'll do it again, just for a bit of old time's sake. Why not? I think it might be safety car in this lap, though. Let's just double check, because Mucha Kappa is getting a little bit too close to the back of that safety car, and I think once it does, sometimes it tries to snap on you and go, yep, safety car's in this lap. So let's have a look. D-Kit and Grim are there, just having a few swaps. Let's have a look. Yeah, there you go. Let's safety car in this lap. It's quite late calling it, but there you go. Unfortunately, we cannot look at the driver's helmet that's a safety car in this race, but we have got the Lewis Hamilton helmet, special for Monza, on Yanni's car. I'd assume the same for Rose, in all fairness. I think he's a bit of a Lewis Hamilton fan as well. But let's see, though, around the final corner, Yanni waiting to drop it, and he's gone now, but Rose especially has got a really nice start. As well as that, Pablo's having a really nice start on Blackbone. He's going to maybe go and move to the inside. Blackbone leaves to the space, but he's gone a bit too deep. And now Pablos back on the inside here. He's going to be very close to the pair of them. Blackburn on the inside into this next turn. Let's see it. He's just managed to keep clear, but he's lost a lot of time to the guys out front. Meanwhile, Rose and Yanni, these two, have not fought that much on track, I think, at all, from what I can remember. And let's just see now how it goes. Yanni obviously be using a bunch of his battery here. So will Rose, so will Bluebird, so will everyone here, surely. As Pablo Sobi will also be trying to make a move here on Blackbird. He's only a little bit on the inside. There's actually a bit of a brake marker board gone as we were doing all that one. But meanwhile, Pablo's on the inside of Blackbird. It's been very close. Blackbird vops the curve. Pablo does go wide, but Pablo does make the move off track there. Might get that one back, and he does. But now Thomas will be trying to look for one, maybe two moves here down this back straight. I don't think he's got so nice speed though. It's going to be three wide, in fact, through here. And now Pablos looks to maybe just made the move down Blackbird. He has done. Thomas goes wide, and now Wolfie's got to be a little bit careful in this next session because we've got a bunch of people here side by side. Wolfie thinks about move to the inside. He's going to try and do it, and maybe Thomas gets forced a bit wide there, but he is all okay. Wolfie on the switchback. Can he get on the inside? I don't think he can in a minute. No, he can't. But meanwhile, Pablos now up into P4. He'll be trying his best to stick with Bluebird for the rest of this race. Meanwhile, though, Bluebird actually sticking quite well with these guys out in front so far. Let's wait how it develops in this race. But this is another damn good chance if Bluebirds keep that podium position. And once again, potentially a win. I was saying, once again, if these guys crash. But yeah, it's once again, like I'm saying, if they do crash, it will be a potential for a shock winner. Because obviously the only two winners we've had this season, Rose and Wolfie. Those are the only two people we've had as winners this season. Meanwhile, Alex on the inside of Wolfie there, as I was talking about him. Meanwhile, though, Bluebird has also just dropped DRS. So, yeah, maybe the hope was a bit short-lived there for a potential new winner. But obviously, we still have 8 laps to go. Let's see now how this goes. Yanni vaults the curb a little bit. As meanwhile, Thomas gets on the inside of Blackbone. Blackbone loses another spot in this race. And now Alex drives around the outside. But I think he's able to get him down here as well. Blackbone losing so many places at the minute. And meanwhile, Rose takes the lead of this race from Yanni. Yanni will probably try and fight back soon. And meanwhile, all the fights we've got over here, Thomas trying to stay ahead of Alex. Alex goes a little bit on the inside there. He tries his best, but no move made in the minute. Jerry Sapp and Baz Reigns also fighting. Wolfie and Blackbone are fighting too. Blackbone trying to hold it around the outside. Has to concede there in the end of it to Wolfie. And now our Henson right on the back there on his medium tire. Let's see how he goes in this race as well. Because we've not really talked about Henson at all, other than the fact his alternate strategy worked, at least with this safety car timing. So let's wait and see if it continues to work here on that medium tyre. Meanwhile, Pablos obviously with a penalty, Alex with a penalty, Jeremy Safa penalty, Kano, Blood Diamond, D-Kit and Mucho Capo, all of them have got penalties in a minute. I don't know about the guys out in front, if their warnings are going to be saying anything different, but now I think Bluebird will be trying his best to get DRS again. He just manages it. This is really good, in fact, for him, as now Pablos has not got DRS off the car ahead, but Bluebird does, and even if he's not got much battery to play with, neither does Pablos, in fact, and maybe Pablos just isn't able to just get that little extra straight line speed on him. Meanwhile, though, Alex is up into P. As maybe those medium tyres are not the play to go for some of these top drivers. Meanwhile, though, Wolfie trying to go for a really ambitious move on the outside. Does not work for him just yet, but surely he might get a better drive out these next quarters. Meanwhile, Jebby Saff, oh, what's happened to him? Jebby Saff has had a tangle with someone down the back of the field there. Actually, there's even more people stationary. There's a Bass Brains is stationary here. Wolfie and Thomas, though, trying to go side by side. It's very close. I think Wolfie had a bit of contact there and decided, you know what, I'm just going to let him by instead, because that would be very risky. Meanwhile, Yanni very close to Wolfie. I think there's a bit... Oh, no, Blood Diamond's spun as well. Everything's going on in this race so far. I think Bass Brains may have had some issues with Jerry Safford. I think Bass actually dropped to the back of the field to let him by. He's probably had a big accident down there, and I think it's unfortunate for Baz and for Jerry Saff. Both of them would come off pretty bad in this race, and at the minute, neither of them are scoring points. So, yeah, unfortunate, but I think that is what's happened down there at the back of the field. Meanwhile, Alex has really track ascending there in turn 1, but everything else looks to be all okay so far. Pavlos looks to be just back in DRS range once again, but Yanni is close here once again to Rose. There we go. Meanwhile, Jebby Saff, fortunately for him, retires from the session. It's been a pretty dismal race for him, unfortunately. And now Yanni braking on the curb there. He's really wanting to utilise all the track he can. Meanwhile, a little bit further down the field here, Bad Race retires from session 2. Wolfie on the inside, Thomas makes the move work. Thomas actually now struggling on the mediums quite a bit. And Pablos as well, actually trying to make a move here, but let's see at top of the field, nothing being made so far. Pablos as well, not got anything to show for his DRS there. Yeah, I think everything's starting to chill out just a little bit now. But actually, knew what I want to say that. Kennedy trying to think about a move here on the outside of Hazard. Nothing's not Hazard, sorry. Grimo. Sorry, I remember Hazard. It's normally in a Ferrari, but yeah, not today. Oh, okay, a bit too much was said there. Grimo on the maybe just able to avoid him, and oh, that's a bit of ghosting, unfortunately. And Kadam is round. That's just some more internet issues. I don't know what is going on with Kadam's internet, but it's just yeah, pretty shambolic to say the least recently. I don't know why, but yeah. Oh, there you go, Alex, another penalty there as well. So if he did get one for dodgy things in pit entry, this is now a certified penalty for him. And Wolfie now actually will be licking his lips because he knows that he's got at least a 3-second penalty to deal with. Alex there out in front. Meanwhile, Rose, look at him right on the back. There is Yanni. He wants to get Yanni really using that track as well to his advantage. Pablos as well, not really able to do anything just as of yet. Obviously, he's trying to recharge that battery. He's got pretty similar bits to Bluebird now, and Yanni trying to use a bit of his battery. He's just not got a straight line speed on that car so far in this race. He hasn't really got anything to go do right now. But there you go. Look, Pablos trying to go around the outside of Bluebird. Bluebird defends. Is there possibly a switchback move on here for Pablos? He goes to the inside. Has he got the grip at the end of it? He's got very close, but now both of these two have not really got much battery to play with. Meanwhile, yellow flags out there. I don't know what's happened. No, actually, oh, it's Alex. What's happened to Alex? I don't know. But look, he's had a very weird crash. I don't know what's happened. Meanwhile, though, Blood Diamond has lost a massive amount of time there. I don't know. Oh, he's got wing damage. So maybe there's some issues here. And actually, there's some big issues here with the connection. What it looked like there for a second. A lot of people were jumping up and down there. There's Alex. Looks real okay. Jeremy's having a new session here, but I think Blood Diamond and Alex may have come together. I don't know. One of those two, potentially. That could have been what's happened. 12 watching the stream, you're at least watching a damn good fight for the lead in a minute. We got Yanni and Rose right tucked up next to each other in a minute. Rose just has that bit of a battery in hand, though, for now. Bluebird and Pablos, though. Bluebird's got the battery in hand as well. There's a yellow flag out there. This is really laggy as well for some reason. I don't know what is going on. Alex goes into the pit lane. That might be him retiring from this race. So I have to wait and see. I know G. Benny leaves session as well. Alex took a penalty. Surely that is him out of this race now. I don't know, but yeah, I'd expect it to be. There you go. He's out of this race, unfortunately. We're only left with 13 drivers after all of that. Meanwhile, Pablos trying to see if he can make a move for the part 2 here on Bluebird. Nothing going on at the minute. Bluebird actually really struggling mid-corner, but Pablos there, a bit on the curb. He can't make any moves past as of yet. Meanwhile, Thomas and Blackburn continue to fight in a minute. Thomas on their medium tyres, probably really struggling by now. But our Henson, actually, interestingly enough, up into 8th place. So he's had a few issues in this race, but he's not done too bad to get up to where he has been. He's got a pretty decently timed safety car, but can't really take that much else away from him so far in this race. Meanwhile, though, Bluebird still doing okay there to hold on to this podium so far. Obviously, Pablos with that free stick penalty. Wolfie has not got one, however, and he's now caught to the back of these guys. So mainly here for Bluebird, Wolfie is the issue. Without that penalty, holding him back, I think it is pretty clear now that Bluebird just has to hold on to at least P4 if he wants to keep this podium. Obviously, Pablos, once again, with that penalty, it has to be him ahead, not Wolfie ahead. But now, actually, I think Wolfie might be trying to do Bluebird a little bit of a solid here. Is he's getting a little bit closer and closer to the back of that Red Bull. Decided instead actually to save battery down that straight. As Blackburn gets past Thomas now. Thomas really struggling on their medium tyres. But here we go. I think actually now Pablos got a really good run here. He's got all the battery he's well to play with. Bluebird has also got some battery, but let's see it now. Pablos really going to try and force a move around the outside here. Bluebird breaks late though, and Pablos here basically pushing him through that corner. He can't do anything else about that blockade of a Red Bull, of a Ferrari out in front though, however. And Bluebird, yes, stays in P3 for now. I think Pablos here has got to get creative with his move. Otherwise, he'll be just sat there to the end of the race. Bluebird just has the battery advantage, definitely a bit of straight line speed advantage too. As even with DRS and ERS there, Pablos couldn't really break through on that Ferrari. So, yeah, let's have to wait and see though. As Wolfie, look at him getting a little bit closer and closer to the back of Alex here. Oh, but in fact, actually, he's got a bit too close there. I think he's even got into the back of him. And that has unfortunately ruined a lot of progress he just had. He really stayed in DRS though here. And I think Pablos knows that. Yeah, he's trying to break it already. I think Wolfie will still be okay. Yes, he is, but he definitely got a bit too close there. The Sauber man back into into the back of the Red Bull. But no, it seems to be okay so far. Meanwhile though, Yanni, he hasn't thought that move yet. I really thought a bit of descent there on the inside potentially, but no, he's waiting to the next straight, but he's clipped that curve a bit too much once again. Rose also, once again, just has the battery. He's got to maybe try and do something once again creative in the corners. Same thing I'm asking Pablos to do. Find just a different angle instead of trying to go just for a simple DRS move. Just try and find any sorts of moves in these corners, ascend, anything else. Even if it might not pull off well in the end, you at least can say that you tried it. But right now, nothing else is really going on at the minute. Wolfie trying his best to close back up to the top guys ahead of him. But at the minute, he's just not really going to be able to challenge them by the end of this race. He needs a really good final sector here and sector 1 if he wants to make sure he's got a chance at the win. The podium, for this race. Other than that, though, Blackbone and Thomas still very close together. Hence, has dropped time to them, but once again, I think he'll be quite happy with P8 in this race. He was sort of just dawdling around the hard tyres. Also, actually had a bit of contact, in fact, down at turn 9. But no, he actually managed to recover this race pretty decently. Meanwhile, though, Rose a bit wide there, I think it looked like. And now Yanni right on the back here. Let's see, this is going to be a move. Rose does have, once again, a lot more batteries to play with. Let's have a look, though. Yanni using all that battery. He's got to be trying something here. Let's have a look. Yanni, what do you think about a move to the inside? He's going to think about it, go down the inside. He definitely is maybe trying to listen to me here. Rose, though, just managed to hold him back there. But Rose's not got a good exit either. Yanni, though, has got the battery and has got DRS, but I don't think he's got enough battery here to combat what Rose's got at the minute. Yeah, Rose's depleted a lot of that battery, but he stays in the lead. Meanwhile, Pavlos, it's the same situation. He's got the DRS, he's just not got a battery. Someone who has got the battery, though, Wolfie to the inside of Pavlos. It's very close to the pair of them. Wolfie, though, he's going to make that move on the inside, surely. No, Pavlos holds it to the outside. The pair of them go side by side through sector 3, and all is proper contact. Pavlos and Wolfie, half round. That might just give Bluebird a bit of a breather. No, apparently somehow hasn't. They've managed to do such a spectacular crash, and after all of that, Wolfie is ahead of Pavlos. So maybe a bit of discussions about that one. But yeah, we're on to the final lap now. Wolfie has got still a chance, at least, at a podium on track. But I think Bluebird here is trying to break the DRS ASAP. And we already saw him using battery. Surely be trying to break DRS ASAP here. He doesn't want these guys anywhere near it. But no, I don't think he is. I think he's probably just saving that battery, as he normally has for this whole race. Meanwhile, Rose and Yanni, they're both very close to each other once again. But I don't think Yanni will have the advantage here unless he goes for an absolute send into the next few corners here. He decides not to go for it here. There's only one more chance now towards the next corner, but I think he's not got a really nice chicane there. Rose, 6 cents clear. He's got the battery as well. This should be it for Rose. It should be his 9th win of the season. It's been incredible to watch him going through the field here. It's been absolutely insane. Meanwhile, Bluebird, Wolfie and Pavlos, I think they'll all stay in the order they were finishing in. Thomas, I think, is going to make a final lap move here on Blackburn. Will he go around the outside of him? Blackburn tries to hold it. Thomas a little bit cautious on the medium tyres, obviously. He's got a lot of wear on him. You can tell Blackburn just has so much more grip on their medium tyres, which is normally something we should be saying. He's going to the inside, though, here, Thomas. We have to cut to the win in a second, but look how close this is. Rose, though, goes to quickly cut to him. He's going to come across the line and only just win ahead of Yanni. Oh, Thomas just isn't able to get that move fully done on Blackburn. That looked incredible. Bluebird, though, comes across the line here for another podium in this season. He's done brilliant in this race, holding off Wolfie and Pavlos to come at P4, P5. Thomas there was actually behind Blackburn, but he does finish ahead on penalties. Blackburn P7. I'll head to across the line for spin. Grimo in P9, Dekit in P10. It has to be a little bit closer between the Ferrari and Sauber boys, but yeah, well done, Rose, indeed. As Kadon finishes in P11, Ruch Capo slides across for a P12 on 17 lap old hards, interestingly enough, and his AI has hit the back there of whoever that was. But yeah, Rose takes the win and fast lap. Brilliant stuff from him in the end of things. Blood Diamond's going to come across the line for his race here in the end. Only P13, but definitely had some sort of contact in this race. Brilliant stuff for Rose, for Yanni, and for Bluebird. All of them did incredible. Obviously, quite a lot of incidents today. I think quite a lot of chaos, in fact. I did not realise that. But yeah, Rose, 9 out of 10 wins. I don't ever seen anyone ever this dominant in BRL. But there you go. That is the most dominant season I think we've ever seen. And it's to crown off a really damn nice championship charge. He obviously took it with one race to go. And yeah, Rose finishes on 254 points, which is incredible. It's definitely the highest we've ever seen in a season. More than 25 points, in fact, per race, which is pretty insane when you think about it, when 25 points is a win. So, yeah. Anyway, Rose wins, fast up. Driver day as well, he won with 60 on the grid, but Yanni Yanni there in P2. Bluebird P3 with a podium as well. Wolfie from P17 to P4. Pavelsson P5. Thomas P6. Blackburn P7. Henson P8. Grimmer there P9. Geekit P10. Kano P11. Mucho Capo P12. Blood Diamond P13. And our DNFs of purple. Of Alex, Pazbrace, Jerry South, G. Benny, S. Graham, and Ben JSJB. The Verstappen of BRL, says F1ology. In all fairness, I don't think, once again, we've seen a season dominate as much as that. I think the only time when Rose didn't finish in P1, he finished in P2. So there you go. It's been a thrilling season. Pretty simply, if I could try and work out any of the standings, because my laptop has just gone flat, so I can't tell you exactly what the racing tool thing are. However, Blackburn should still be P3 in the championship. Bluebird should have consolidated at P4. I think Bazbrains as well consolidates P5. Alex there, unfortunately, cannot get higher than P6. Henson is, I think, P7 in this championship with the points that he scored. Yeah, I think that those are the ones I could at least let you know of. I believe Haas as well. I believe they are Constructors Champions, but I will have to double check that one. So I might not be able to 100% crown them yet, but I believe Haas are the Constructors Championship. Are the Constructors Champions. Let me just try and make sure of this one. Obviously, Wolfie finished P4. Geeky finished P10. From my memory, P10 is 4 points or 6 points. We'll say 6 points for this one. And Wolfie, obviously, with 18 there. So he gets 24, I think, for Sauber. But yeah, Rose scored 26. I think that's Sauber as world champ. I think it's Haas as world champion, sorry. Big congratulations to them as well, even though it was basically, well, mostly Rose after all of that. Ferrari, though, don't clear Sauber in the end of things. Sauber, I think, finished ahead by only about 10 points by the end of the season. But yeah, once again, it's been a thrilling season. It's been really fun to commentate over all this stuff. And obviously, while it's been one of the most dominant, it's still been just so much cooler just to, see races like these where it's just been chaos, and it's been so lovely to actually commentate over. There's been a few bumps, but we've ended on some highs, and I think that's all we can really say. But yeah, we're looking forward to season 15. We'll have a new calendar, probably all new driver lineups, sprint races as well, make a return for the first time to season 7. I'm really excited for that. We'll have a new calendar as well. Everything will be reset to 0. New drivers potentially as well. We'll have to wait and see. But that will be left for a few weeks' time. Right now, though, I'm Miss Cookie. This has been all of BRL Season 14. And Rose and Haas are your champions. Thank you very much for watching. And goodbye.